Hey everybody, good evening. I hope you have had a great day. Thank you for joining me for dinner. I am going to just refresh my computer screen. If you happen to be on here, I'd love for you to say hi so I can respond. If you have any questions while I'm going along, just note them in the comments. If I happen to not see them while we're talking, I don't have my husband here tonight to watch for me. Just put them in the comments, and if I don't catch them right away, I'll make sure to respond to them all after. So just let me do that real quick. And I'll just make sure we're up and running. And there we are. Okay, so we are live. I don't know whether I'm going to see the comments or not, but I will try and keep track of those for you. So thank you for joining me. Tonight we are going to be using one of Epicure's Good Food Real Fast kits to make a meal in 20 minutes or less. Might be a little bit more than 20 minutes just because I'm going to be talking all the time during the meals. But we're going to use the Good Food Real Fast Greek kit tonight. Epicure came out with these kits to address really all the dilemmas that I often hear from people when it comes to cooking and getting meals on the table. So in the kits comes with your spices, a variety of them that all work really nicely together. Comes with 5 recipe cards. So it's going to address I don't know what to make. You got some recipes. They come with it. There's recipes on the jar. It's going to address it takes way too long to cook. These meals are made in 20 minutes or less. So that's really quick. Variety. Because it comes with a number of different products, you can mix it all up so you're not eating the same thing day after day after day. So 3 dilemmas already there. But really the biggest one is ease. And we're going to make it easy by using the silicone steamer tonight. So before we get started, I'll just let you know what comes in your Good Greek Real Fast kit. You're going to get Greek salad dressing. You're going to get the Souvlaki seasoning, one of our favorites, and it's just come back last week. The lemon dilly dip mix, which I just posted about, and I think it was Louise who said that she loves it. It adds zing to her meals. So lemon dilly and the spinach dip. So those are the 4 dips, or the 4 seasonings that come in your Good Food Real Fast kit. And what we're going to make tonight is Greek souvlaki with tzatziki, and I never say it right, tzatziki sauce on a bed of rice. And we're going to serve that with a delicious Greek salad. And we're going to do it all in the microwave. So we're going to start with the items that take a little bit longer. I see that there's a couple people on here. Say hi if you're here, if you have any questions, if you came on a bit later. Put some questions in and I will respond to them if I happen to see them in the corner of my eye, or I'll respond to them after. So we're going to start by making rice in our steamer. And because it takes 15 minutes, I'm going to start that, get it going, and then we can talk about the rest of the stuff as we put the meal together. Hope that sounds good to you guys. So our multi-purpose steamer comes in 3 parts. It's got the lid, the base, and then it's got a tray in it. So we're going to use the tray this time. We're not going to use the lid for the rice. So I'm just going to put that aside. And so basically, to make rice in your steamer, it's similar to what you would do on a pot or in a rice cooker. It's 2 parts rice, 2 parts rice to 1 part, 2 parts water to 1 part rice. I always get that backwards. So I've just measured it out in advance just because we're on video. So we're going to pour in 1.5 cups of rice with 3 cups of water. And we're just going to give that a stir. And I just do that so that all the little rice that's floating on the top kind of sinks into the steamer. So, and then rather than the lid, to make rice in the steamer, all you're going to do is pop this tray on top, and it just kind of sinks in, and we're going to pop it in the microwave, 15 minutes on high. Obviously, everybody's microwave is a little bit different. So you might want to try different ways to do it. So I'm going to pop this in the microwave. I'm putting it on a plate because the steamer can get a little bit hot and a little bit floppy. So that way then I can just pull it out with the oven mitts. So I'm going to pop that on there for you. It's going. You don't have to think about it again. So we've got our rice done, and now what we're going to do is we're going to do the pieces of our meal that need a little bit of time to set up. So things like salad dressings or a tzatziki dip, the longer the flavorings and the seasonings have to sit in the liquids or the yogurt, the more flavorful it will be. So you can make these in advance. I'm just doing them here live with you to show you how quickly you can pull a meal together. So we're going to start with the salad dressing. And we're going to do the Greek dressing that comes in the Good Greek Real Fast kit. And because there's just gourd and I always split often, not always, I should say always, I often split the recipes in half. So using the cruet, unfortunately it's not currently available. Hopefully it'll come back, who knows, I mean in the next day or two. The beauty of the cruet is few dishes are being used because it's got measurements right on the side. So it's got the 1/4 cup, 1/2 cup, 3/4 cup, and 1 cup. So no measuring in a measuring cup and then trying to get it in here. The other tool that I use not only for my cruet, I actually have one for refilling shampoo bottles. So I buy the large shampoo and then I use this. You'll see on the video, maybe, can't really see it maybe, but it's got a wide mouth opening on the end of it. Most funnels had those little ones and seasonings would get stuck as soon as there's any liquid and things like that. So we're just gonna pop that in there. We're gonna grab the dressing mix and the recipe's right on the side. It's just combine 2 tablespoons of the dressing with 3/4 cup of the olive oil and 1/4 cup of the red wine vinegar. So I'm gonna cut that in half. So I'm gonna basically just go put my funnel in here. So I'm going to be making, so this would normally make a cup of dressing. I'm going to make up a 1/2 cup of dressing. So I'm going to go about that much of that. I have a tendency to leave a messy station, so I'm going to try and be on top of that. So, and then we're going to just add the red wine vinegar. And then, what did I say? 2 tablespoons of the dressing mix. So I'm only going to use 1. If you're looking for a stocking stuffer, or you have teenagers who, not a teenager, I guess 18, 19, 20, that's moving out or going to school, this is ideal. It's a 4-in-1 spice spoon. So I like it because then I don't have to have 4 different utensils. This one has the 1 tablespoon, a teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon, and 1/4 teaspoon. And they fit into our jars. So I need a tablespoon of the salad dressing. Throw that in there. And then through the funnel, no mess, no muss. And there we go. We have our salad dressing made up. So the rice is still cooking. We've made up our salad dressing. Give it a good shake and just set it aside. Flavors will start kind of all coming together on that. And then now I'm going to teach you a new hack that I learned probably about a year ago, which I love. So we're going to make the tzatziki, and we are going to make it using our mandolins. So one of the things, tzatziki always has that cucumber and lemon and dilly flavor that goes in it. So we're using our lemon dilly dip mix. Yummy. We used to have a tzatziki, but we now just use lemon dilly and it's still just as delicious. The tip, so I'm going to grab my yogurt from the fridge. And again, I'm making a smaller portion than what it says on here because this actually is to be made with 2 cups of Greek yogurt. Gourd and I do not need 2 cups of tzatziki dip. So I'm just making a 1/2 cup of tzatziki. We're going to add some lemon dilly dip mix and then some grated cucumber. I've never liked grating cucumber. I find most of it stays on the inside of the grater, and I like a little bit chunkier. So I have actually got my cucumber. I'm going to use my 4-in-1 mandolin. I'm going to use it for this, I'm going to use it for the souvlaki, and I'm actually going to use it on the salad as well. So what I have done, I'll just show you if you haven't seen it. It just pops right out. So you have 4 different blades. I'm using the smallest slicing julienne blade. And it just sort of pops right in the front here and then right in the back. So I'm gonna do up my cucumber. Doesn't take any time at all. So now as this is going, what I'm going to do, how awesome is that? So here's the hack. If you've been like me, I have done lots of squeezing with my hand of cucumber and then lots and lots and lots of paper towel to make it drier. Not no more. So I'm going to use my citrus press. If you like smoothies or juice drinks and things like that, which we do, what I do is I just collect the juice, but I basically just squeeze it in here. Oops, gotta put a bit more in there. Just squeeze it down. You can keep all this juice and put it in your breakfast smoothie or in your veggie juice. And then what I do is I just loosen it up just a little bit. And then do it one more time. And then now I have, it won't be obviously as dry as if you were to use a paper towel, but what you want to do is just get out the majority of the water in there. So I'm going to throw that in there, and I'm just going to do a little bit more. We like lots of cucumber and lots of crunch. So this julienne works really nice for us because you still taste cucumber. And we like it with the crunch in it. So I'm going to mix that up just a little bit. So that's a new little tip. I don't know if you guys have ever done that. If anybody's on here and has a different way that they get the water content out of cucumber when they're making things like this, I would love to hear it. That's the piece that I find hard doing parties not live, is I can't ask lots of questions and get immediate response or get ideas from people. So there I have just done up the cucumber. That's going to go in the, so there's some juice, you can just throw it in there. You can just drink it right now. If you like cucumber, I like cucumber, so I could probably do that, but I won't do it on video. So here's my cucumber. I have my yogurt, and then all I'm going to do is simply add, oh no, bit wet hand. Going to take my lemon dilly, and I'm just going to again just use my 4-in-1 spice spoon and throw it in there. Yum! I could already smell flavors. So I mix in the yogurt and the dilly dip together before I put in the cucumber, because I just find that way every little bit of the yogurt has that lemon dilly flavor. And I'm just using my 3-in-1 spatula because I really like making sure I can go like this and you can see it's really clear. I used to just use a spoon, and now, well, obviously because I'm an Epicure Consultant, I've got pretty much every little tool in my kitchen, but this is really a nice one. Gets to the bottom of jars. If you got mayonnaise, a large jar of mayonnaise, you can get right to the bottom of it because it's a nice long skinny spatula. So there, we've mixed that in, and you can just see it. Oh. I get hungry just thinking about cooking. So there we've put the yogurt. We're going to just fold in the cucumber. Obviously you can use a bigger bowl, but this works. I don't care about mess. It all tastes good, and it all ends up in on your meal and on your plate and is delicious. So I guess I could have done a little bit at a time, but so there's our tzatziki. So it's gonna sit on the side too while we're just making up the souvlaki. So I don't know if anybody is having any questions or not. It's not showing up on my, maybe it is, but if you're here, would love to hear how it's going for you. Feel free to say hi, but post questions. Okay, so there we are. I know we have a few people on because I can see a little eyeball on the top of my phone. So there we go. I'm just going to put that aside. So now we have fresh tzatziki. So we have our, just to recap, we have our rice that's cooking in the microwave for 15 minutes. We have our Greek salad dressing already made. We've got our tzatziki already made. It's 6:15, but I am a bit of a talker, so that's already mixed up, and now all we have to do is make the chicken. So I'm gonna grab the chicken from the fridge really quick. And what I did was I pre-chopped it up just so I didn't have to go keep washing my hands on this video. So about a pound of meat, of chicken breast. And this is where it's going to get nice and easy. I'm going to slip this over to the side. And we're just going to use the rectangular steamer. So we're going to, I love these grip and grabs. They don't scratch things because they're silicone. So I'm just going to put the chicken in our little steamer. If I had two big ones, you could make even a bigger batch, but there's only two of us, so we tend to put our meat in the small one, and then we do our grains up in the larger one. Put that to the side. And all we're going to do, according to the easy souvlaki recipe that comes in the kit, is you're just going to combine the chicken, some bell peppers, souvlaki seasoning, fresh lemon juice, which I will squeeze on after, and then you serve it on pitas. In our case, we're going to serve it on rice. So we're basically just going to take our souvlaki seasoning, and again our 4-in-1 spice spoon. Ooh, I did bring up a second jar because I was pretty sure I was going to run out. So, oh, I might just have just enough for it. Souvlaki is one of those things I always have in my backup so I don't run out. Perfect. Another jar bites the dust. So then you're just going to mix the seasonings in here. It does call for 2 peppers in the recipe, and you can do that. What Gord and I tend to do is we like lots of salads, so we use a little bit of the pepper because that adds a bit of juices in and flavor into the meat when it's going to cook in the microwave. We just add a few peppers into that. So what I'm going to do is just put that aside, and I'm going to grab, so I have a pepper, and I'm going to just again grab my mandolin. So I'm not going to use the julienne, so I'm going to pop that out. It's very sharp, so watch yourself on the teeth. And I'm going to grab, so it comes in a set of 4, and it's got this nice little one to save your ones on the side. So this one says 3.5 mil. So this is just a flat, it'll just slice it nicely. So again, you pop it in the nose and just pop it on the back. And we're just going to go slice a couple of those. Hopefully you can still see that on the video, which looks like you can. And again, I'm not going to waste them in this and have them all cooked. We like fresh vegetables, so I'm just going to throw a few of these in here. I've got to grab my knife. And we're going to just throw these in with this. And so this is just going to sit. You could make this in advance. You could freeze this in advance and just pull out your bags in the morning and they'd be thawed, and you just pop them in the microwave at night. So there's lots of ways of making this really quick and easily for you. But you'll just see all it is I'm going to put this in the sink because it's got chicken on it. So it basically is just going to look like chicken with whatever vegetables you want to put in there. You can put a bit of oil. I've never found I needed to put oil in it. We're going to put the steamer lid on it when we pop it in. And chicken, about 3 minutes, and then I'll pull it out, stir it up a little bit more, and then cook it again for another 2 to 3 minutes. So this can just wait while the rice still has another minute. So I'm going to put that there. What I want to do though, before I pop that in there, is just talk a little bit about the steamers. Sometimes people are a little hesitant to cook in the microwave with steamers. These are food grade, food quality, no leaching. Epicure's done their research. The reason why they're encouraging the microwave is, one, it doesn't use as much energy as a stove. It's quite small, space saving, versatile. So often people think of steaming vegetables in the microwave. We're going to do meat. We're doing grains. So the versatility is there that you don't have to just do vegetables in it and then cook your meat on the stove. We're cooking chicken tonight, but I will say that probably my #1 meat to cook in the microwave Oh, I was kind of hoping that might beep and I could make it sound really exciting. So, wait, I'll tell you what my favorite meat is to do. So I'm going to just use my oven mitts because this will be a bit warm, but I'm going to just show you the rice. So, what I'm going to do is just pull out, I'm going to use my little grip and grab. So, I'm just going to pull the tray out. You can see me pulling the tray out. It's a bit warm. And I'll just show you the rice. Perfectly cooked. And I'm going to actually just get a fork. And you can just see it here. The rice is perfectly cooked. And then so what I do is I usually just sort of fluff it up a little bit like this, put the lid on, and then that way while the meat is cooking, this is going to still stay warm. So we're going to pop this to the side, and we're going to pop the chicken in the microwave for 3 minutes. And so, were you hanging on your edge of your seats waiting to find out what my favorite was to do in the microwave? Hamburger. So I don't know if you're like me, I love hamburger soups, I love lasagnas, I love lots of things with hamburger in it. But I hate cooking hamburger on the stove. The splatter, the greasy smell, the grease that sort of ends up, even if you use a splatter guard all over your oven top or stove top. If you can do hamburger in the microwave, and it is a dream, because what it does is you cook your hamburger. So I just throw my hamburger in 3 minutes, like you throw a pound of meat in 2 to 3 minutes, and then I mash it all up. We have a ground meat separator, which I love. You mash it all up, and then stick it back in for a couple more minutes, mash it all up again, and then the beauty is, I'll show you on this one, it's kind of cooled down a little bit, is with the steamer, I should have showed you on the small one before I put it in, but basically, you've got your hamburger, no splatter, no nothing. You take your lid and you just squeeze it down, or you squeeze your steamer like this, and you just squeeze out the oil. There's no more of that spooning out and making a big mess. Once you do hamburger in a steamer, you'll never go back. That's what I always say. I love it. So that's my other tip for using steamers. So what I don't want to do is just leave this as just a good Greek real fast collection. So we are going to have a delicious meal. We've made the rice, we've made the salad dressing, we've made the tzatziki. Now we're going to make up the greens, and I'm going to talk a little bit about balancing meals, because that, as a North American culture, we don't normally do a very good job of. We are usually heavy on the proteins and heavy on the carbs. So let's make a salad. I already pre-washed all my vegetables, and so I can just chop them up and throw them in here. But I'm going to show you a tip for peppers. I don't know if you've ever taken cooking classes. I took one at Sorrentino's with my husband. It was a date night, which was so fun. And what we did was, I think it was Italian, but he taught us how to cut peppers so that you can use every bit of your pepper. So I'll show you that tip. So I'm just going to throw the lettuce in our salad bowl and grab the peppers and cucumber. Okay, so here is a trick. So peppers, often very difficult to cut up and know how to use them, so I'm going to show you what they suggest after I just flip up our chicken. Just a moment. Ooh, it smells so good. Where's my grip and grab? Oh my goodness, this smells so good. I really wish we could be in Louise's kitchen cooking together and eating this all together. That would be a whole lot more fun for you. I mean, I get to eat it, so but it'd be a whole lot more fun with me just to see what you guys think and have you being a part of this. So, but I'll just show you this. So far you can already see that the chicken is starting to cook. Best chicken ever. If you like chicken in salads, I usually buy like a big flat of chicken from Costco, and I will steam them all up as chicken breasts. I'll just put them in, flip them over, and I season them with all different ones. So I'll do 3 or 4 with souvlaki, 3 or 4 with beef and steak, whatever I have on hand. And then I'll chop it all up, portion size it up, put it in the freezer, and then it's just a matter of zipping a salad together, throwing the meat on. It's delicious. So I'm going to pop this back in. So we got the rice, the chicken's going to be done in a couple minutes, and now we just have to make up the salad. So here is the tip for pepper. So what you're going to do is just cut quite close to the end with the stem. I'm going to get a little scrap bowl. Check out this. So here's your stem. These will all just peel off. So all we have left is the stem, and we can use this. So we'll just chop that up and throw that in the salad. And then the other tip is just to cut off a little skinny end on here. You end up with that sort of little flower, either with 3 or 4 little pods on it. We're going to throw that in the salad. And then you're just going to cut down these, I don't know what they'd be called, but just, you know how you have sort of that edge on here, and then this pops out. And so basically the only thing you're throwing away of the pepper is just the seeds and very little bit of the stem. So slice it down, and this is why they said you want to do it that way, because when you do that you can get a flat, sort of like a steak. You could actually grill this in the summer or grill it in the winter if you're like us and we like to grill all year long, but it's flat, so now you can julienne it or you can cube it. Because we're doing a Greek salad, we're going to definitely cube it because you want kind of big chunks. So we have some peppers. We have, okay, so we've got some peppers in there. We're gonna throw some tomato. We really like salad. I will say, and I'll talk a little bit about them, the portion scoops, perfect portion scoops. So Epicure actually started a program called the Good Food Real Results program. Not, I know a lot of people use it as a weight loss program for themselves. That was never really the intention behind it. It was about just helping people learn how to balance their meals properly. Their philosophy is sort of 3 meals a day, no snacking, and sort of letting your body eat through your well-balanced meals. So it's really about making sure you have the proper amount of protein and some grains and vegetables and fruit throughout your day. So I'm going to throw these tomatoes in. So I'll show you the portion scoops really quickly. So there's our salad. I'm going to actually do up some red onion. And here's where I'll show you just the other thing with the mandolin. So it does come with a guard. So when you are using this, because it is super sharp, if you're using anything other than like cucumber that's nice and long, you can make sure your hand's not going to get caught by the guard. Oh, Louise, yum, looks great so far. And it's going to taste even better than it looks. So, because then you just pop it on like any other mandolin, but it's got guides. So on the side, you'll see these wings. So when you get down further, it'll actually stop you, obviously, from cutting your hand. But so then now we like lots of red onion in our, so if you're ever eating with us, you gotta understand that the flavor is gonna be pretty strong. So we've got some red onion in there, we have some tomatoes, we have some peppers, we have lettuce. We're gonna dress it, ooh, those onions are getting my eyes. We're gonna dress it with like homemade Greek dressing. Wow, and then tzatziki. So I'm gonna pull out the chicken just to show you one last time. And here's the beauty of it. So it made its own juices. So we actually like that on our meals. We drizzle it on the rice to give it a little bit of extra flavor. But there's the deal. When you steam vegetables, often a lot of recipes ask you to, oh, I'm sorry, I'm crying. They ask you to add water. And the beauty of steamers is you're using the water of the items that you have in there. Wow, my eyes, that's going to be a great red onion. Maybe I'll just move it over here to see if it'll help. But, so we have Greek souvlaki. That's going to go on a bed of rice with tzatziki, and then this lovely salad, which will be about half of our plate. So the portion scoops I was mentioning. Wow. I'm just crying, it's so exciting. They come with like a protein scoop, so you know this is a protein size. So it's about 4 ounces of meat, or beans, or tofu, whatever it is. 2 scoops of veggies. Here's where most people get caught. Usually they have grains this size and veggies this size. So you want more veggies than you want of your grains. So they come out with portion scoops. Oh, I wish I had a Kleenex or I'll just use a tea towel on my eyes. There we go. I can see now again. But that's our meal. We've made a Greek meal using the kit. That kit at $36.95 makes on average 40 meals, and the average cost of them is like $3.18. Way cheaper than McDonald's. We just did it in 30 minutes, and that was with me talking and moving around and not doing it like a normal meal. So I hope you found that helpful. There's going to be a scavenger hunt tonight if you want to earn some more entries into the party draws. And then tomorrow I'll be back on. I know lots of you will be back to work tomorrow. Don't fret, you can look at them as you have time. Those posts stay there, but I'm going to post information throughout the day on some really key products that I think help people eat a little healthier and balance your meal. The cookware that I like, that I think helps get those meals on the table fast and quick. So thanks for joining me tonight. I wish we could be joining each other in person and eating in person, but this will have to do. So thanks. If you have any questions, if you're viewing this after tonight and you have some questions, just pop them down below and I'll be sure to answer them. So thanks for joining me. Have a great rest of your evening. Bye.